Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Warframe Wednesdays, episode 46. I'm your host of the most, as always, Francois878. And today we're going to be talking about a potentially controversial topic in the Warframe community. A topic that we know has been in the works for a while, but we're just now starting to get some fresh information about it, and that is the fusion simplification. And the reason I say it's potentially controversial is because we don't know enough information about this new system yet to say whether or not these upcoming changes, these upcoming simplifications are going to be good or not. But I did want to do a video to kind of tell you guys a summary of what we do know and what I think of the whole process. So basically, as it stands right now, fusion cores are how you upgrade your mods. There's a lot of complexity to that. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can sort of optimize how you level up your mods, especially when you're using duplicates mods. If you don't know, especially if you're a new player, you can end up spending significantly more fusion cores or duplicate mods to upgrade a mod when it's not really necessary, when you don't have to. The whole fusion core process it's not the most complicated thing in Warframe, but it is unnecessarily complicated. And DE Steve not only wants to, not just DE Steve, the entire company, wants to simplify the process and add lore to the entire fusion energy collection process. Because fusion cores right now are in a place that most people sort of think of them as mods. They're the same, they have the same pickup model as a regular mod. They're in the mod section. There's not really a whole lot differentiating them from mods right now. And DE Steve wants to give this whole fusion energy idea a facelift and make it into something that is easier and less complicated for the player base. And personally, if they don't fuck it up, I am all for this. I think that the fusion process of leveling up mods is a huge hindrance to new players. And I think that putting in this new system, which is called Endo, is going to be a good thing for everyone, for veterans and for new players. So, right now, tentatively, this is all subject to change, the plan is to release this new fusion simplification process in 2 parts. The first part, which is, again, tentatively coming out in August, will basically revamp the cores themselves. All of our fusion cores are going to be swapped out for Endo, and Endo will start dropping in levels where fusion cores used to drop. So there's not going to be a lore aspect change. There's not going to be anything like that. It's just the cosmetic sort of change where we're going to get Endo instead of fusion cores. And the system of leveling up our mods with Endo will also, I assume, be implemented. The second phase of the fusion simplification process will launch later, and that will amplify the lore around Endo, as well as the collection process. of fusion energy of this Endo, it's going to be interesting. That's the part I'm really scared about. Right now, the grind for fusion cores is a pain, especially with legendary cores, or excuse me, legendary mods, primed mods, being a thing. People generally don't appreciate when DE messes with their fusion core farms. So I'm hoping that DE makes the right choice here and maybe not makes fusion cores or Endo or fusion energy easier to farm, but at the very least people still have their fusion core, their fusion energy farming spots. Maybe different spots, but there still has to be a way we can farm this, basically. But from my personal opinion on this whole subject of the fusion simplification is that it really, really is a good thing. I think that fusion is, fusing mods and the mod system in general is one of the biggest hurdles for new players. And I know that I'm not a new player anymore, but I can put myself in the shoes of a new player, and I do try and remember what it's like to be a new player, and figuring out how fusing duplicate mods worked, and figuring out how specifically the most efficient way to upgrade my mods were. It took some time, you know. I definitely wasted a lot of duplicate mods trying to level up stuff like Serration and Point Blank and a lot of the rank 10 mods because I didn't know what the hell I was doing when I was just starting off. So this is, just from a new player perspective, this is good. Any sort of simplification in this game, personally, I think is a good thing. Being able to add lore to this whole process is also a good thing. The Warframe lore potential is so rich, so being able to add any little bit helps, I think. So if Endo can simplify the fusion process of mods, as well as add a little bit of lore to the game, I'm all for that. I am 100% for that. And being able to convert duplicate mods into Endo is amazing. This is something we've been asking for forever. The opportunity to take all of our 600 redirections and vitalities and etc., and being able to convert them to fusion cores is something that we've been asking for years. So being able to convert duplicate mods into Endo is a great step in the right direction. So that's about it. That's all the information that we really have about Endo and the new fusion energy simplification process that we have from DE. When we do know more information, I will probably do another Warframe Wednesdays episode and update you guys, because this is something very important to me. This is a huge part of the game. This is a huge part of the grind. So getting as much information about this as possible is extremely helpful for pretty much everybody, new and old. But thank you guys very much for coming. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more coming very soon. I've been your host of the most, as always, Francois878, signing off.